Charlie Taylor here. The UK's third heatwave of the year is set to intensify again this week. Even though temperatures will be slightly lower for many of us today, they're set to rise as the week goes on, peaking probably on Thursday. It comes as there are new warnings about increasing numbers of heat-related deaths. Many people seem to be having trouble sleeping because of the temperatures at the moment as well. So what can we do to get a good night's sleep in these circumstances? Dr Lindsay Browning is a sleep expert. She's author of Navigating Sleeplessness. Lindsay, good morning. Dr Browning, thank you very much for speaking to us. So why do so many people struggle to sleep when it's hot?
Well, our bodies naturally need to cool down before we can fall asleep. And that drop in body temperature is actually one of the signals that tells our brain that it's time for sleep. So when it's too hot and our bedroom is too hot, that cooling process is much more difficult. So people take a lot longer to fall asleep and find that their sleep's fragmented. They'll wake up a lot, tossing and turning, just because they can't cool down, basically.
Now, this is what gets me. This is what I don't understand about things. Because my room at the moment, my bedroom, it faces west, and I'm keeping the curtains closed all day, and it still warms up, getting all that evening sunshine. So it's warming up just at the wrong bit of the day, essentially, because then by the time I need to go to bed, it's hot. However, pop me in a conservatory at 2:00, having just had a nice big meal, and I will be struggling to keep my eyes open in that heat there, which would be far hotter, I'm sure. So is there sometimes actually, or is that more to do with the fact that I've just eaten, maybe? And that also makes me tired.
Well, a few things. We can cope with the heat during the day much more easily because we can drink, we can move, there's typically a breeze, we can get more comfortable. But when we're in bed at night, we're completely lying still. And especially if we've got some covers, then we'll just find ourselves getting really hot and sweaty, and we aren't able to just move from one room to the other and get in the shade and cool down. So it's a completely different situation. And after lunch, that sort of 2:00 snooze, we do actually have a circadian dip. So our bodies are sort of biologically designed to give us an afternoon nap. So that's probably why you're, like everyone else, falling asleep at 2:00 in the conservatory. But yeah, it's much more difficult to sleep at night.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about tips. What can we do? Keeping a room cool obviously is important. How do we do that? And B, what else can we do?
Sure. So the west-facing bedroom is absolutely the worst one in the house, and typically bedrooms are higher up, especially if you have a multi-story house with an upstairs and a downstairs. So heat rises, and west-facing rooms get that evening sunshine and are going to be a lot hotter. It's about keeping it cool, keeping it dark as much as you can during the day when the sun's out, and as soon as that sun goes down and the outside air starts to cool, then open the curtains, open the windows, get that cool air into the house. And if your bedroom is really unbearably hot, consider sleeping somewhere else. It might sound a bit wacky, but could you sleep in a spare bedroom? Could you maybe even, if it's that bad, sleep downstairs, sleep in another room to help you to stay cooler? Because the heat wave, as much as I keep saying it won't last forever, it seems to be, but it shouldn't last forever. And maybe that might help. And of course, it's just about keeping your bedroom cool, but then keeping you cool and trying to stay calm. And keeping you cool are things like making sure that you're not wearing too much bedding, making sure that you maybe have a cool shower before bed. Not a cold shower, that's really important, but a cool, like lukewarm shower can help you to cool down. Maybe have a fan in the room to help that air movement. Fans won't cool the bedroom down themselves, but they can help encourage that air from outside that's cooler in. And also when the air goes across your body, that can help you to cool down as well.
Very good suggestions. What about putting a hot water bottle full of water in the maybe not full, half full, obviously to allow the water to expand. What about putting that in the freezer and having it in your bed? Is that frowned upon? Is that a good or a bad idea?
Oh, it can be a great idea. There are so many tips like that. So the point is, a cold hot water bottle, as it were, like you said, put that in the bed. It can help cool the bed down. The important thing is you don't want that ice cold water directly on your skin, because that can be uncomfortable, can even cause worst case scenario, kind of a freezer burn to you. So just make sure that you put the hot water bottle, cold water bottle in your bed. You can move it around, cool the bed down, and then when you get in the bed, it might be a bit more refreshing. Some people go as far as to sort of freezing their bed sheets, putting them in the freezer, getting them out, and then of course you've got that ice cold bedding. But the trouble is, those things will help you initially, but quite quickly the room, the temperature will normalize, and it won't keep you cool through the whole night, but it might make it easier at the beginning of the night, make you feel more cool, more calm, to be able to fall asleep, at least at that start point.
Very impressed with people who've got enough freezer space to pop some bedding in there before bed. That's a lot more organised.
I haven't done that, but
no.
but I know people who have.
If I did that, they'd come out with sort of a few peas on the, there's the bags of veg that have split in the freezer. It'd just be picking up all of those, I think. Thank you. I'll be like the princess in the pea, except for it be frozen peas instead of anything else. Look, it's nice to speak to you. Thank you very much, and fingers crossed there'll be some good tips in there and advice for people during the heatwave to get some sleep, because that is so important, isn't it? Sleep expert Dr Lindsay Browning there telling us a few tips on how to keep cool at night.